When you experience a loss, it makes you look in the mirror and it makes you see what you've turned into. I choked out enemies and I destroyed friendships. I wanted to be the champion. I wanted to be the standard at which NXT was held by. I'm a man who understands when maybe he's went a bit too far. I would ask that Shinsuke Nakamura give me the courtesy of coming down here. I realize that you are a deserving contender, and more importantly than that, a worthy champion. So as a worthy champion, I'm gonna afford you the same respect that I may not have gotten. Shinsuke Nakamura, as soon as I am ready to go, I want my rematch.
You are on.
There you have it. Samoa Joe face-to-face asking Nakamura for a rematch for that NXT Championship. And the King of Strong Style graciously accepting.
I, for one, can't wait to see these two go at it one more time. Oh my God!
On Shinsuke's face was something I've never seen before. That man's hurt bad.
Joe! Get me the security!
Cruel, cruel world.
Welcome to NXT.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Samoa Joe!
Last week on NXT, we kicked off hearing from the NXT champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. That championship celebration was cut short by this man, Samoa Joe, who threw Shinsuke Nakamura spine first into the steel stairs.
I'm a Samoa Joe fan. I've known Joe for many years, but what he did crossed the line.
Shinsuke Nakamura was taken to a local medical facility. We are still awaiting his current medical status.
Now you see, I only saw it fitting that I come out here this week and address the altercation that occurred here with myself and Shinsuke Nakamura. You see, unfortunately, because of my actions, your NXT champion finds himself in quite a bad way. In fact, because I'm such a persuasive individual, I managed to get a copy of that medical report right here. And I quote, after viewing the interaction between Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura and giving him a full physical evaluation, he has several visible contusions in his lower lumbar, severe inflammation in his left elbow, Nakamura sustained a left acromioclavicle separation. And he's further separated his left shoulder to a grade 2 degree. But this is the most interesting part. Nakamura's injuries will likely not require surgery. However, Nakamura's injuries will require an extensive period of rest and rehabilitation for upwards of 6 to 12 weeks. Now, they say patience is a virtue, but as you can tell, I am not a virtuous man. So, Regal, I will not wait 6 weeks. I will not wait 12 weeks. Get out here right now, because either you give me Nakamura or you strip him of the title and hand it back to the rightful champion.
Unfortunately, that piece of paper that you have is correct, and I don't know exactly where you got that from. Perhaps that's a conversation for another time. But I can confirm that Shinsuke Nakamura is seriously hurt, but I haven't spoke to him. I don't know if you know this, but he's not a normal kind of person. He's not someone who just picks up the phone, and so I have no idea of the situation at the moment. The NXT Championship and everything that goes on in NXT is my problem. I will take care of this. The problem that you've caused, I will take care of.
You know, I really didn't want it to come to this. I'm giving you an opportunity to fix this situation, see the light of day, and do what's right. Otherwise, your entire roster will look like this.
Samoa Joe just issued an ultimatum to William Regal, and judging by the look in Samoa Joe's eyes, every word he spoke is to be taken extremely seriously. This doesn't look good.
We want to welcome you in here to NXT. Tom Phillips here with Monday Night Raw's Corey Graves. We are just getting started despite the gravity of this situation. There is a big debut coming up here tonight. Right now we want to give you a little history lesson. Let's take you back to the Cruiserweight Classic.
It was last month during the Cruiserweight Classic. Kota Ibushi representing Japan versus the United States. Cedric Alexander in a match that some are calling an instant classic. Back and forth, these two superstars raised the bar for in-ring competition in a match that a lot of people are saying is a match of the year candidate. While Kota Ibushi picked up the victory, Cedric Alexander had something of a victory in his own right.
Cedric, tonight you make your NXT debut against Andrade Cien Almas. What's going through your mind?
What's going through my mind right now is 7 years. 7 years of scratching and clawing on the independent circuit. 7 long years of people telling me no. People telling me that I would fail. But see, being here tonight, my in-ring debut proves everyone wrong. But that's only the start. It's only the start of this journey. I went to Mr. Regal and I told him to give me the very best. And he gave me Andrade. So tonight, I'm gonna prove to Andrade that I'm as good as I know I am. So Andrade, I'll be the one walking out on top.
I cannot wait for the NXT debut of Cedric Alexander later tonight. But coming up next, Austin Aries looks to send a message to the NXT universe when he takes on Boston native Oney Lorcan. Can Lorcan pull off yet another upset win, this time against the greatest man that ever lived? Don't go anywhere. That match is next.
Connor's Cure is designed to find a cure for pediatric cancer.
Yes! To me, Connor's Cure is the most wonderful thing.
The WWE has said, we don't want another child to suffer.
With the V Foundation, we're going to be spreading the funding for research to all the top scientists throughout the country.
We're living our life now.
I do really good.
You are doing very good, yeah.
Welcome back to Full Sail University. And as you can see, NXT's ring posts, ring skirts, and entrance ramp are going gold to promote the fight against pediatric cancer. WWE and the V Foundation announced their first ever Give the Gear, Get the Gear campaign for fans through the end of September. You can purchase bracelets and bandanas with 100% of net proceeds benefiting Connor's Cure to support pediatric cancer research. Go to connorthecrusher.org for more information.
Liv, you have been extremely confident lately, even going as far to call out the women's champion, Asuka. Why do you think you're ready to compete at such a high level?
I didn't come to NXT to play limbo. I came here to hop hurdles. I'm not gonna bow down to Asuka. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna bow down to any chick here. Asuka says she's cleared out the division. I'm standing right here. And I'm not going anywhere because I didn't start from the bottom to end up back at the bottom. So if I gotta hit the gym a little harder, do some extra squats.
You think you are ready? Let's find out.
Liv Morgan's gonna learn a lesson at the hands of Asuka, and I can almost guarantee you it's gonna hurt.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 190 pounds, Oney Lorcan!
Oney Lorcan back here on NXT. Certainly made a name for himself this past summer on NXT by knocking off in a surprise upset the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. What do you think about Oney Lorcan back on the scene?
I'm a big fan of Oney Lorcan. The guy's tough, he's unorthodox. Not a lot that he does in between the ropes is pretty, but all of it hurts.
His opponent from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 202 pounds, Austin Aries!
Talk about a contrast of styles, not too much pretty about Oney Lorcan, but Austin Aries, when he gets in the ring, it's like poetry come to life.
Last week here on NXT, we saw Hideo Itami in action. I posed the question to you, Graves. Where was Austin Aries then to take a shot at Hideo Itami?
Probably nursing his busted eardrum and his neck injury that Austin Aries suffered in Brooklyn when Hideo attacked him after the match from behind.
Hideo Itami saw an opportunity in Brooklyn not only to rip Austin Aries away from a post-match attack on No Way Jose, but to make a statement. Hideo Itami returning from injury this summer, and he's doing it currently at the expense of Austin Aries. This should be really interesting. You have that straight-ahead style of Oney Lorcan, and then meanwhile the veteran Austin Aries here. And one thing the NXT Universe is taking to social media about is they're waiting for Austin Aries to make a move here against Hideo Itami.
We made quite a move right there against Oney Lorcan to cover.
It was a half, almost a 1 count. Austin Aries showing some fire here in this match. But we've seen a couple of matches recently from Austin Aries where he's looked a little too calm and collected, but this one he seems extremely focused.
If you have another man break your eardrum and insult you on the biggest stage in NXT, you're going to get a little fire lit inside.
And it was coming into that match that Austin Aries didn't look like he was even sweating his competition, sweating anybody on the NXT roster, and all of a sudden, you got Hideo Itami in your face. Now, Oney Lorcan backing up Austin Aries into the corner, the official breaking this at 4. Oney Lorcan not interested in the antics of Austin Aries.
Oney Lorcan's got an opportunity to make a name for himself here tonight. You mentioned it before, the upset he had over the summer. Imagine what a win over Austin Aries, the greatest man that ever lived, would do for Oney Lorcan's career.
I'll think about how much that would bother Austin Aries. You said it, he's got a lot of other things to worry about right now.
You've got Hideo Itami lurking around every corner. Hideo might be under the ring for all we know. The guy's a psychopath. He's stalking Austin Aries.
Oh, come on. You've known Hideo Itami for a long time. This is a guy who thrives on competition. He saw Austin Aries getting a lot of the spotlight. Why not go after him? On the apron. Oh, missed there. Oney Lorcan.
Right back to that side headlock. Unique offense. Able to evade Aries' attack.
And once again, Oney Lorcan now drags Austin Aries back into the ring.
I like the way that Lorcan kept that side headlock on, maximized the ref. Wow!
That was just a tackle.
Right into the side headlock. Like I said, it's not going to be pretty, but it's effective.
Now Austin Aries is trying to get up to a vertical base here. Oney Lorcan been all over this match here in the early going. Oh, Aries!
Lorcan's not going to back down. That tough Boston mentality. The guy's like a longshoreman. You see him loading on the docks.
Oh my God, man! Tailbone first into the apron of the ring, the hardest part of the ring, and Austin Aries may have found an opening here against Lorcan.
What does it take to be a WWE superstar? Find out on Monday, November 14th with this exclusive look. It's the opportunity of a lifetime as the WWE Performance Center opens its doors to you. Tour the facility and get to know your favorite NXT superstars. Call a match, create your own promo, help produce a private NXT live event, and much more. WWE Performance Center All Access. Tickets available now. Go to WWE.com for more information.
For the first time ever, the hottest brand in sports entertainment is heading to Australia and New Zealand.
This is NXT!
Don't miss your chance to be part of the worldwide phenomenon when NXT heads your way this December.
Can you feel it? Can you feel this moment?
All the heart-pounding excitement, all the jaw-dropping action, and all of your favorite NXT superstars. At NXT Live, anything can happen. It's NXT Live in New Zealand and Australia on the following dates. For more information, log on to WWE.com.
Back here on NXT, Austin Aries, the greatest man that ever lived, is going right after Oney Lorcan here in the corner.
Oney Lorcan came out of the gate strong, but that veteran instinct of Austin Aries was enough to get Aries the advantage.
Oh, right across the face. Double stomp. Look at the eyes of Austin Aries. Very focused. Elbow right to the back of the neck. Now into the cover. Hook to the leg here on Lorcan. Kick out at 2.
Such precision with Austin Aries' elbow. Right to the base of the neck. I'm surprised Lorcan can walk after that fall he took to the outside, right off the ring apron, almost tailbone first.
Now Austin Aries taking advantage of his surroundings. That is the veteran mentality of Austin Aries. And we talked about before the break, Hideo Itami has taken the fight directly to Austin Aries, and a lot of people in the NXT universe are waiting to see how Austin Aries is going to respond. If this match is any indication, you've got your answer.
Now look at this, Aries just laying those right elbows and forearms right into the jaw of Oney Lorcan. Look at that, look at the look in the eyes of Oney Lorcan, Tom.
Listen to Oney Lorcan.
What on earth was that?
That was just a straight fist to the chest, and now the uppercut. Oh, and Austin Aries.
Goodness.
On the receiving end.
Rapid fire chops by Lorcan.
Beating Austin Aries down to the mat. And Lorcan with a hip attack into the corner.
Oh. Lorcan's just using his own body as a weapon, as a battering ram.
Oh, and again, and Austin Aries saw it coming once again. Tailbone into the apron.
Aries looking to go high risk.
Heads up, look out below. Now Aries tossing Lorcan back into the ring.
Aries perched on the top rope. Incredible.
Oh, cover the European uppercut. Oney Lorcan's got an opportunity here. Oh, and another running uppercut now. Into the cover to close out Austin Aries. No. How close was that?
Oney Lorcan almost pulled off a massive upset, shocked everyone here at Full Sail, including Austin Aries.
Now Austin Aries trying to break things up here. Oh, sharp elbow there, connects on the side of the face. Now Lorcan from the second rope. Oh, was thinking about a blockbuster there. Oh! Big rolling elbow. Now Austin Aries on the run into the drop kick.
Up goes Lorcan.
Oh!
Wow!
The knee caught him right underneath the chin, right into the last chancery.
Aries has it locked in. Lorcan can't make it to the ropes. No choice but to tap out.
Here is your winner by submission, Austin Aries.
Austin Aries getting through a very hard-fought battle here on NXT. This was a very physical match.
You see Aries taking flight. Watch the precision. Bang! Point of the elbow right between the shoulder blades, the base of the neck, and then once again, the greatest man that ever lived, taking to the skies, knowing what it's going to take to beat Oney Lorcan.
And Aries, however, would get caught. Boom! Right there underneath the jaw with the big European uppercut, and then on the move, boom! Another one would catch Austin Aries, but credit to Aries, staying alive in this battle.
Yeah, but you got to take your hat off to Oney Lorcan, hanging tough as long as he could, but eventually Lorcan fell victim to the last chancery.
You make people go to sleep. I make people tap out. You know, last week, the whole NXT universe, they were buzzing. But it wasn't about Nakamura. It wasn't about Samoa Joe. It was about where was Austin Aries. Well, let me put all the rumors to bed. Last week, I was at home because, frankly, I have more important things to do with my time off. But this week I'm here, and I'm a man's man, which means that I would call Hideo Itami out to this ring, but I know, and everybody here knows, that he ain't gonna show up, because behind all that tough guy bravado, Hideo Itami, you're just a coward. You're a big baby.
Hideo Itami! Hideo Itami is here tonight on NXT.
Yeah, but Aries is standing his ground. Austin Aries is a man's man. You heard him say it.
Let's call Hideo Itami a coward. And there goes Austin Aries.
Austin Aries just lured Hideo Itami to the ring and embarrassed him in front of everybody in the NXT universe.
I'll tell you one thing, Hideo Itami is a man's man coming out here tonight.
Speaking of a man's man, Tom, the Performance Center has been buzzing about one of its hottest prospects, 6'7", 300 pounds. He is a beast. He's NXT's newest signee.
Dan Matha is on his way to NXT in just 2 weeks. That should be awesome. And later tonight, CWC standout Cedric Alexander shows the world that hard work does indeed pay off when he makes his much-anticipated NXT debut against the high-flying Andrade Cien Almas. You don't want to miss that huge main event tonight on NXT. Welcome back here to NXT. Tom Phillips at ringside here with Corey Graves. Right now we want to take a moment to catch you up on the latest with DIY. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano for the Cruiserweight Classic live finale.
Tommaso, Johnny, congratulations on your victory tonight. Talk to us a little bit about your participation in the Cruiserweight Classic and what it meant to bring the Cruiserweights back to the forefront.
I'll tell you this much, man. All the respect in the world to Million Dollar, Cedric Alexander, all 32 guys who made the Cruiserweight Classic what it was, because this was special, man. It's been a dream come true.
Oh my God, guys! You did it yourselves! Little cruise, come on!
Yeah, come on! Come on! Come on, boys! Come on! Come on!
Guys, security, get security out. Get it, get it, get back.
Come on, man, come on, come on.
Get him back, come on, guys.
Get up, come on. Come on, guys,
take it easy, get it, another time, another time.
All right.
Phillips, I don't know about you, but I never get tired of watching top guys do top guy stuff like that.
The following contest division match scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Aliyah!
Aliyah back here on NXT, getting set for women's division action. We've been talking so much over the last few weeks and months about the NXT Women's Championship picture. Asuka believes nobody could step to her. We heard from Liv Morgan. She seems very confident in her ability to bring the fight to the champion.
Well, what you see as confidence, I see as pure insanity, but we can agree to disagree.
I know for a fact Aliyah feeling very confident about her matchup here tonight.
Her opponent from Sydney, Australia, Billie Kay!
You want to talk about confidence, Tom Phillips? Let's talk about Billie Kay. This woman, since she burst on the scene here in NXT, is oozing with confidence. She feels as though she's superior to everyone on the women's division roster.
Making a big-time opportunity at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. She faced off against Ember Moon in Brooklyn, and the one thing that was curious about Billie Kay is that before that match, she called out the NXT Women's Champion, Asuka, and said, I'm going to be the next NXT Women's Champion. That's tremendous confidence.
You've got to have goals in life, Tom. Billie Kay making her goals known to the NXT universe. She wants what Asuka has. Whether or not she can get it, whole different story.
There's only been a handful of superstars here on NXT who have arrived and called their shot like that. Kevin Owens is the name that comes to mind, but Aliyah seems equally confident in this kind of scenario. So here we go, Billie Kay one-on-one here with Aliyah. And the NXT universe, I imagine, referencing Billie Kay's Australian heritage.
That was great detective work there, Chief Hopper.
Billie Kay in command here early. One thing about Billie Kay, nearly a decade of experience before coming here to NXT, and she's someone who's felt slighted that she had not gotten an opportunity sooner here on NXT television.
I'm very impressed by the mean streak inside of Billie Kay. When she lets it out, it gets nasty in the ring.
Oh! Speaking of nastiness, Aliyah going right after Billie Kay.
And you can see how WWE superstars are made at the WWE Performance Center, All Access, November 14th in Orlando, Florida. Tickets are on sale now. Visit NXTtickets.com for more information.
Isolating the left arm there, and all tied up here.
Unique offense by Aliyah, but I got to question it. You can't win by submission when you're tied up in the ropes.
It appears Aliyah just trying to inflict some damage here. Oh, leg drop here for the ropes. Now into the cover, and Billie Kay out in the corner. And we've seen a lot of action here from Aliyah on NXT over the last few months, and there's one thing about Aliyah, she continues to improve every time we see her out here. There's a brand new wave of talent in the NXT Women's Division. Very exciting to see the future.
Oh my goodness.
You can hear that one.
Discus forearm. I don't know if she caught her in the collarbone or in the chin, but it was effective nonetheless. And here comes that aggression, that mean streak I was talking about, Tom.
And that sense of urgency. Billie Kay just marched Aliyah into the corner, is now wailing away. Now dragging her into the center of the ring, cover and a kick out.
What Billie Kay got in mind here. Torture rack situation. She's got that arm trapped as well.
Now what does this do to Aliyah here in this situation?
Bending her spine the wrong direction. So it's a modified human torture rack. She's actually adding extra pressure with that left arm trap.
And look at Aliyah trying to fight out of it with the left arm. And just tossed into the top turnbuckle.
Got to respect that by Billie Kay. Instead of just dropping her opponent, she did a little bit of extra damage.
Oh, went for that big boot we've seen before. Oh, and now Aliyah trying to come back here on Billie Kay. Aliyah with some fire here. Oh! Into the neck breaker, now into the cover here, and Billie Kay was at it too. Be an important win here for Aliyah.
Oh,
no!
oh, man.
I spoke too soon. Called with the big boot, and Billie Kay finishes off this match.
Here's your winner, Billie Kay!
Billie Kay with an impressive win out of nowhere here tonight, and she is on an absolute roll as of late here on NXT.
And coming up there, you can see the final preparations. Two superstars looking to start winning streaks of their own. Andrade, Cien, Almas, and Cedric Alexander do battle in our main event next on NXT.
You are cordially invited to the most dangerous place on earth. Courtesy of the Nightmare of Suplex City. So be like The Undertaker, be like John Cena, like Seth Rollins, be like Goldberg. Find out what it's like to be victimized in Suplex City.
Product not yet rated.
Mandy, you've recently made some comments on social media against Ember Moon. What are your issues with her?
Ember Moon. She doesn't have what it takes. She doesn't fit the mold. She looks like some cross between Hunger Games and Little Red Riding Hood. Dasha, this is what a real NXT superstar should look like. When I finally get in the ring with Ember Moon, I will make sure she is totally eclipsed.
Yes, Tom, that is what a superstar is supposed to look like, Mandy Rose. But we're going to find out next week what the NXT Women's Champion looks like. Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, will be in action one-on-one against Liv Morgan. And I have a feeling Liv is going to rue the day.
It is time for our main event here on NXT.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 190 pounds, Cedric Alexander!
Cedric Alexander, one of the most exciting stories as a part of the Cruiserweight Classic this past summer. We saw the Cruiserweights debut on Raw, but the idea of please sign Cedric on social media caught fire, and it's so good to have Cedric here on NXT.
Cedric Alexander is the type of talent that you just can't deny. Even in defeat, he won over the crowd, the respect of the NXT universe, and Triple H more importantly.
And his opponent from Gomez Palacio, Durango, Mexico, weighing in at 215 pounds, Andrade Cien Almas!
Andrade Almas, a man who's competed for a couple of months here on NXT, has had some success. We've talked about his matchup at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. When you're coming into a matchup, a debuting superstar like Cedric Alexander, what's the mindset of Andrade Almas in this scenario?
Andrade Almas knows what it's like to be in Cedric Alexander's shoes. It wasn't that long ago at TakeOver, at NXT TakeOver, the big event. Andrade made his debut. He's got to know what the nerves going on inside Cedric Alexander. If Andrade wants to win, he needs to capitalize on the nerves that Cedric's feeling right now.
And the Full Sail University crowd here, they know what Cedric Alexander can do.
But you can't sleep on Andrade. You got to understand, since making that highly successful debut, Andrade hasn't necessarily been on quite the roll. He's looking for that something to break him out of the slump.
So here we go, Andrade, Cien, Almas tying up here with Cedric Alexander early on here in this matchup. And we've seen the Cruiserweights this past week on Raw. Great decision by Stephanie McMahon to bring that to Monday Night Raw. Now Cedric Alexander getting his chance here, part of the NXT roster. Oh, and takes down Andrade, Cien, Almas.
Look how fluid the motion of Alexander is. And you can hear just those little movements, the NXT crowd starts rumbling. They almost feel as though they're responsible for Cedric Alexander being here in NXT.
Kind of a home field advantage, you think, for Cedric in this match?
I think it could be argued that, yes.
I'll be curious how that plays in the mind of Andrade, Cien, Almas. Gotta feel like NXT's his home. The NXT Universe continues to be right behind Cedric Alexander. Meanwhile, Andrade, Cien, Almas, a man who held the IWGP Intercontinental Championship while in Japan, competed all over the world. Oh!
Well scouted by Alexander. Rolled through.
Cedric. Oh, and there goes Almas. Oh, went for a drop kick and Almas saw it coming. Andrade right back on top of Cedric Alexander, turned him inside out.
Unique transitions by Almas.
Wow. Oh, there goes Alexander. Oh, and Cedric drops him, looking for an early cover. Up at one. Back and forth they go. Now looking for another cover, and up they are. They are going strong here early.
But look at Almas. Look how confident Andrade, Cien, Almas is, smiling over at Alexander, saying, welcome to NXT. We know you got a fan base, you're popular, but you're here now.
And Cedric might have the popularity factor, but he clearly has the athletic ability to back it up.
Definitely. I'm incredibly impressed with Cedric Alexander thus far.
Andrade, a third-generation talent from Mexico. Coming here to NXT, looking to prove himself against the elite talent, the best of the best. Not so fast. Oh, into the ropes. Sometimes you just want to hang out.
Little game of one-upsmanship, little quien es más macho.
Cedric got caught up there a little bit too much. Had a stain there, caught with the kick.
Andrade starting to feel it. Alexander better look out.
Heads up! Andrade, Cien, Almas is all over Cedric Alexander in his debut.
What the, wait a minute! What's going on? A pedigree to Rollins. Triple H has handed the Universal Championship to Kevin Owens.
This is the Kevin Owens Show, haven't you heard?
I will be the one to burn it to the ground. The WWE Pay-Per-View Clash of Champions has its marquee match.
The hottest brand in sports entertainment.
We are going to the next level.
Welcome to NXT.
For the first time ever, it's NXT Live. Be a part of the worldwide phenomenon. Feel the heart-pounding excitement with your favorite NXT superstars.
Long live the King of Strong Style.
The Empress of Tomorrow,
Samoa Joe.
The hottest brand in sports entertainment, NXT Live, is coming to Japan on the following date. Talent subject to change.
Back here on NXT, Andrade, Cien, Almas is in control right now. The debuting Cedric Alexander here on NXT certainly has his hands full.
Alexander came out of the gate strong, but Cien sort of figured out a way to solve, at least temporarily, Alexander's attack.
Cedric Alexander made a name for himself at this very arena in the Cruiserweight Classic this past summer.
Don't sell Cedric short either. I mean, he's a world-traveled superstar. He's been around the globe before he arrived. It wasn't until the Cruiserweight Classic that he received the opportunity.
And a big opportunity here. Main event of NXT for Cedric to take on Andrade. Right on the jaw of Cien. Now Cedric Alexander starting to find a little bit of breathing room here in this match. Whoop. Wow! That connected. What an enziguri. And Andrade Cien almost needs to take a moment here outside the ring on the ramp.
Understandably so, he just got kicked in the skull. It's Alexander got in mind. Tope con hilo.
We gotta take one more look at this.
With pleasure. Cedric Alexander, a full head of steam. Look at this beautiful arch in the back, bang. Tope con hilo, all of Alexander's weight, taking out Cien.
Not going to the top rope, Cedric Alexander off the top rope, into the cover, hook to one leg here, almost out of two. Boy, what a match we got on our hands here, and just two. Cedric Alexander trying to figure out what he's got to do to put away Almas.
Sharp elbow by Almas.
Almost creates a little bit of separation here. Whoop. Now rolls into the cover here. Oh, no, look at that.
Wow, look at the power of Almas.
Spine first into the mat, stacks him up. Couldn't put away Alexander.
Brute strength on display by Andrade Cien. Almas bringing the momentum of Cedric Alexander to a screeching halt. With more of a thud, I guess.
That was definitely a thud into the mat. Andrade, we knew he could fly, but we have not seen a lot of that power shown off. He's on display in this one.
Andrade calling on Alexander to keep bringing it.
Oh, caught him. Oh. Great counter there by Cedric Alexander, aware of his surroundings here in the ring.
Yeah, but keep in mind, there aren't too many people more comfortable on the top rope than Cien.
Both men up on the top of the turnbuckle here. And almost sent Cedric Alexander crashing down. Oh boy, look at Ramuzzo. Oh, that one connected. Cover here on Cedric. Cedric's still alive.
It doesn't get much closer than that without the bell ringing. Cien is beside himself, and Alexander using this opportunity wisely. Try to get to a corner, recover as much as possible.
Cien couldn't believe it there for a moment. And now some intensity out of Cien here in the corner.
Andrade better be careful. The frustration doesn't let him get disqualified.
Cien thinking about the double knees. Oh, Alexander!
There it is!
Into the backbreaker. Cover. Cedric Alexander wins his NXT debut.
Here is your winner, Cedric Alexander!
What a match here on NXT. What a performance by Cedric Alexander.
Cedric opened the eyes of all the officials and the fans in NXT with a performance at the Cruiserweight Classic, and tonight you couldn't have a much better debut.
Let's take a look back here. This was physical. This was a back and forth style matchup. Watch as Andrade flying through the air here.
The springboard corkscrew plancha, all of his weight down on Alexander. Would have taken out a lot of guys. but Cedric Alexander has an answer.
Here's the receipt.
Beautiful tope con hilo, taking out Cien on the outside, but it didn't end there.
Going back inside the ring, Cedric Alexander with a big flying lariat here through the air, and Almas found a way to stay alive in this battle.
Both of these superstars needing to dig deep into their arsenal. Look at the power display by Cien, spiking Cedric Alexander down, but even that wasn't enough.
Alexander showing a lot of heart here in this matchup. Looking for the moonsault, was ACA, now into the cover, but still Cedric would find a way to get back into this match. Andrade couldn't believe it.
Yeah, this one could have gone either way. Andrade looking to finish it off, but the belly-to-back suplex into the backbreaker by Cedric Alexander. It's won him plenty of matches around the globe. If you saw it for the first time, congratulations. I think you're going to see it again. What an awesome display of respect by these two superstars. Hard-fought battle. Andrade, Cien, Almas saying, hey, Cedric, welcome to NXT.
Give credit to Andrade, Cien, Almas. He wanted the fight from Cedric Alexander. He said, bring it during this matchup. Cedric brought the fight here in our main event. Welcome Cedric Alexander to NXT.